Welcome to Duke's United Show. I nearly done the wrong intro, nearly gave the wrong name. What a great start to the show that would have been. This is a post-match reaction of Manchester United's 1-0 loss to Real Sociedad. You must be absolutely kicking yourselves. Look, the performance wasn't brilliant. However, to be undone by a penalty, which never should have been. I don't know where they pulled that decision from. A very dark place. I'm joined by Garth, and I'm sure he's going to tell me where they pulled that decision from. Garth, what's your thoughts on the game? Where the hell did they get that from?
It's a family show, Nick. Here, so I can't use that sort of language.
It's past the watershed, mate. Crack on.
It's one of the, it's soft as anything to begin with, and then with VAR, you just expect it to get overturned. Obviously, the way the commentators were talking about it, like it really definitely should have been overturned because it's against the rules. Period. I don't know the subsections of the rules about handball anymore, but yeah, you can't be giving them as penalties. Period. So I don't know. The check was well quick. I'll give them that. At least they didn't take time over it. They got it over and done within about 20 seconds. Nah, it's a penalty. So you have to move on from it. That's not what cost us the game today, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. Overall, not a very good performance. What was missing from the game?
I don't understand how it can be so different from the Arsenal game. So it's the tenacity just not there. The will to move forward. Like it'd be different if I could sit here and say that like we were battering on their doorstep all game. We weren't. I can't remember them really ever being in trouble at the back at all. Period. It's not like they had a great defensive display or anything. They just we had nothing going forward. So yeah, very toothless in attack. No fight's the wrong word, but like aggression almost. The aggression seemed to be lacking in the team. So yeah, I don't know. It's very, very poor. So it looks like Man United have got one team. This is why Ten Hag's played the same team that's won us basically 4 games on the bounce. That's the team that he can use because you can see immediately Casemiro looks slow. To be quite honest with you, you can see why he's not using him. You can see why he likes Alanga though. So we'll get into it when we do the player ratings. But yeah, and Ronaldo just isolated most of the game. He does what he can, but is it him? I don't like. It almost feels sacrilegious to say it, don't it, Keir? You know what I mean? To be like Ronaldo's the problem, but he's in the game, and we've got nothing going forward. So
yeah, it very much seems like you made a few changes which shouldn't have really changed the dynamic of the team, and how they play, and the ethos of the team, and how Ten Hag wants to play it. Yeah, it was completely different. It was almost as if it went back to reverted to type, which is slightly worrying because it means that if there's any injuries of Manchester United going forward this season before January, it's just going to go back to that. So
that's exactly what I was thinking, man. That's exactly what I was thinking. That where we've obviously he's got one team up to scratch, and you can't play like that. You see what happened with Liverpool when like they get an injury, their team falls apart. You know what I mean? Like they do well to bring it back, but it's bad all round, very bad. So yeah, like I say, like almost like they didn't know what the system was again. Exactly what you're saying. I didn't want to say it, but at moments I felt like it was back to the end of the Solskjaer Rangnick days with that performance, very lackluster from a lot of the players out there. So yeah.
It's clear that more reinforcements are needed, and players do need to be shipped out because they're just not of the required quality for what Man United want to do going forward. Bozarel says, penalty or no penalty, we were rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The penalty was poor, real poor penalty, but that's not what cost us the game. 2 shots on target. It's Real Sociedad, you know. In the pre-match, people were like, "You got to show them respect." No, you haven't. It's Real Sociedad. They're all right. They're a decent team, but we should be beating them. No matter, like at Old Trafford, we should be beating Real Sociedad. So, because this is Champions League's going to be tough this year. This is a competition we didn't take seriously, the Europa League, because top 4 isn't like there's a lot of teams sniffing around it now. So it's not anywhere near a guarantee that we're going to make it. So we should really be taking this very seriously as an opportunity to be getting into the Champions League. So
yeah, definitely, I fully agree. All right, let's get on to the player ratings now. Let us know what your thoughts were on the game. The penalty. Let us know what your thoughts were on the penalty. I get what Buzz is saying. You can't make an excuse about it, but we're talking about just a simple rule. If it deflects off the body first and hits the arm, it's not a penalty. Now, I don't know what the referees or the officials were thinking there. There was obviously didn't go to VAR. Is there no VAR in
No,
Europa
they did.
League?
It did go to VAR.
It went to VAR.
That's what I'm saying. The check took like 20 seconds, mate. Yeah, they had, and this is what I'm saying. Like they were the commentators were so confused. They're saying, "Is the rule interpreted different in the Europa League?" And that's the only thing I can think of, because otherwise, the VAR geezer, like, he's had a mare with that one, an absolute mare.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Yes. All right, let's get on to the player ratings. David De Gea, you're giving him a 6.
Yeah, simple game for him. There's nothing like the penalty. To be fair, he ain't known for saving penalties, and he gave that one a good attempt. You could tell how disappointed he was that he just didn't get there. So, yeah, apart from that, nothing much going on. Come out a couple of times out of his line. Standard performance, 6. He did nothing wrong, so you can't go too much lower than that.
All right. Dallo gets a 7.
Yeah. The surprise of the season, Dallo getting better and better. He went off at half time. I don't know what for. I didn't hear in the commentary anything about it. So that's when Lindelof went to right back. So I'm hoping it's not an injury, because this would just be typical Man United at the moment. Just as he's getting decent, like consistent performances, we'll go and get a 3-week injury that ruins him completely. So, but yeah, much better defensively, and attacking wise, you can tell why Ten Hag really likes him, because his passing is silky sometimes. He's still at 22. He's going to make mistakes. You know how it is. Got to be patient with these sort of players. So, but yeah, the best of a bad bunch at the back before he went off.
Yeah, it definitely was. All right, so Dallo gets a 7. Next up, you have Malacia with a 6.
Yeah, looking good. Like, he's slotted straight in. He's a Man United player. Sometimes you know, as a fan, when a player turns up, they start in your team. You're like, yeah, he's a Man United player. Or you know what I mean, whichever team you support, he's our player. He's Man United through and through. Great drive, great determination. Can get lost a little bit with his attacking play, but you can't have it all. You know what I mean? It's 15 mil. I'd go toe-to-toe with that being one of the signs of the summer, along with Eriksen for the all of the Premier League. But again, nothing much going. We were so boring in attack. He tried on the left-hand side to him and Alanga. They tried, but I can't explain it. How it felt like there was one less player on the field today, Keir. You know what I mean? Than there was against Arsenal. So the options just weren't there. So yeah, 6, standard 6.
All right. What's his name? What did he say? Larry said that Arsenal was a derby match, so was Liverpool. We always lift ourselves for those types of games. We won't finish above them. I think someone mentioned something similar, not so harsh. It was basically saying, yes, when you go toe-to-toe with teams, you can hit them on the counter, but what do you do when you come up against a team that plays the low block or 6-11 men behind the ball? It'd be interesting to see what you do there. Sociedad didn't do that, but there are going to be teams that do that. So I think those are going to be the games where you're going to get truly judged on.
Sorry, go on.
Rabbit Headlight says get McTominay back instead of Casemiro until he's fit. Go on.
On that, this is what I was saying about we've got one team, because what I liked most about the Leicester and Southampton wins was that would usually be a 0-0 or a draw or a loss for us. But we got the goal, even though they were only 1-0 wins. We grinded out a victory, and then into the Arsenal game. Sorry, a 3-1 win, grinded out again. This is what I'm so disappointed about this defeat. It's such a deflating of the balloon. It was just slowly getting a little bigger now with a bit of confidence, and it's just slapped it straight down. And exactly what you're saying, it felt like it was back to last season all over again. Boring, no penetration.
I think what it is, it's the manner of the defeat. Look, if you go out all guns blazing, it's end to end, and they score, they get a dodgy penalty, but you've had a try, their goalkeeper's got man the match.
Yeah,
it was not even close to that.
No,
it was very subdued. Is the word I would probably pick for that game.
So yeah, I mean, weird performance, definitely. So, but yeah.
All right, Harry Maguire back in there, 5.
Yeah, I mean, both the centre backs got 5 for me today. The difference in class between these two and of Varane and Martinez is noticeable. The speed of Maguire is noticeable now. Now that you've seen him out for a few games, and this is probably why he was desperate never to come out, because You can see it. He's a good player. I got nothing against him. Like I said, like he's just going to be a casualty of this team now. Like he really is, and I can honestly see him doing well. Like I said on the pre-match at Chelsea, I can see him doing well at like a Conte Spurs team, like someone who plays a different style of football. Because I don't think he's bad, but he just isn't up to scratch. Same with Lindelof for me. So like you can, I think I go in both of five. Lindelof went right back in the second half, but still slow. Match sharpness isn't there. They haven't played a lot of games, but you can just see they panic, man. As soon as the ball comes near him, especially Maguire, if he doesn't get his first touch to it, he then panics. You know, like when he's like he's got the forward in front of him, barging into him, gets a leg across, he misses it, and then the forward starts to spin him. He's done. He's got no recovery at all. Period, like a Varane and I understand why, because the pressure must be abysmal for him. It must be so horrific for him. Here he is.
Let's
Look
go.
who it is. We're joined by Nathan James Dixon. There he goes. He's done this before. Looking small.
We've also got someone else there.
How you doing? Look at that. All through. It's good to see such smiles on your face after a loss.
Good to see your face after a loss.
No, such smiles.
I'm not smiling.
You missed out big gaps. You can't completely miss gaps.
Kieran, what happened to Arsenal, mate? What happened to Arsenal?
Arsenal, mate. I give that.
In the mud.
He's fuming. He's fuming.
Yeah, cheers for that. I've got a deal with him after you've gone.
What the hell is going on? What is going on?
Fuming. You're fuming.
I am fuming. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
This game was genuinely a second string team. And who can say that when you've got at least 3 international players in your back four?
But, what were your thoughts on the penalty?
What was the question?
What were your thoughts on the penalty?
We didn't really see the penalty, you know. I didn't know who it was or what happened, so I couldn't tell. I had to go check my phone to see who even got the yellow card. I was behind the goal, the other goal, so it was very far away.
I didn't even know the penalty was happening.
I didn't even know it was a penalty either.
You're going to be fuming, mate. You're going to be fuming.
Fuming.
Was it a yellow?
No, it's not even a penalty, mate. It's not even a penalty. Never a penalty.
Not even a penalty.
No.
Where's VAR today? There's no VAR in this.
Yeah, VAR checked it and they still gave it. It's madness, mate.
It hit Martinez's leg first and then hit his hand.
That's poor. That's poor. And he played very well when he came on as well. I felt he helped us obviously become Martinez. When he came on, he was just on the front foot, moving the ball well, getting us moving and passing the ball. Exactly.
It was night and day between him and Harry Maguire and Lindelof.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, Charlie O'Neill came on.
There was no passing between the lines from defence to midfield. And until Martinez came on, that's when the defence started playing through to the midfield, and then the midfield was able to play forward to the attack, and it was a lot better. Second half, much better. But then defensively, more open as well. So
kind of analysis you want to get from the top.
I feel like Lindelof has insane through balls, but when he's next to Maguire, he has no confidence whatsoever.
And he was on his left side.
Exactly.
So he's
not on his right side, so it doesn't work.
This boy wants to say something.
Can I just say, if Martial was playing today, we would have won at least 3-1.
And it would have been a team.
Yeah.
Can I also say he's been to 7 games in a row that we've lost?
Never allowed there again. Every single one of the games Martial hasn't played, by the way.
Oh, there we go. Nafal. Who have you given man the match? Who have you given man the match?
Man of the match? Martial or Anthony? Anthony.
All right.
Yeah, Anthony.
And Martinez.
Anthony.
I'm not going with them. I'm going with I think the second half performance from Martinez was very good. and also Marcel calling as well.
It's all right.
And the second half performance from Martinez and Ericsson first half as well. Very good performances. They're the two that I really like. I like Malassi as well. Yeah, he played really well. So they're the three that I would say are the standout players. Bruno, when he came on second half, he was also pretty good. So yeah, they're the three that I've got to go with.
All right.
I think Marcel's calling, and he's going to be cutting me off. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is Marcel jumping on quickly?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he is. I'm going to jump back on in a second. But you guys keep going with your player ratings, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, I'll see you in a sec, Nath.
Peace, guys.
Next up, we've got Lindelof. Garth, you're giving him a 5.
Yeah,